Hello and welcome back everyone to the Fight Me Bro betting show, and this week we are breaking down the last UFC card of the year, which seems like there was a million. And this one is taking place in South Korea, I believe.
Yes.
Which
Definitely not the other one.
yeah, exactly. Which, talk about an electric event. That would be awesome if there was any North Korean fighters on the card. Hammer. I know, but I'm saying if they do a North Korea event.
Oh, well, yeah, it's going to be rigged.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's a gambler's dream.
Kim Jong-un is going to be fighting.
The main event versus Brock Lesnar.
And he will win.
Yes. But this is South Korea, but should be an okay card, I imagine. It's kind of weird that the UFC blew its load of main events, the second to the last one of the year. You would think they would want to go out with a bang. But nonetheless, it is a card. I have 3 bets. Nick has 2. So I'll jump into it first with my bet. It's in South Korea. You got to bet on Korean Superboy. I'm betting on him doing Korean Superboy things. This other guy, I think he's had 1 fight in the UFC, which was a loss. Korean Superboy coming off of a couple of tough losses, I want to say, to Cub Swanson and who else did he lose to? Oh, Jeremy Stevens. But this what's this guy's name? Charles Jourdain is a much step down below Jeremy Stevens and even an aging Cub Swanson. So I see the line is steep at minus 310, but I'm still hammering it home.
All right, so my take on this card is if it looks like shit, if it smells like shit, it's probably the kid that wears a polo to jiu-jitsu class, or just a piece of shit. And so I looked up and down this card, and this is ass.
Yeah.
This Kevin Hart, this shit was ass. And it hasn't even happened yet. I see Frankie Edgar's got hair. I see people with fucking names I don't recognize. It's a total wreck. Which is why I have 0 picks on the UFC card. I moved it right on over to Bellator, and I couldn't even do it. I looked up and down and just, nope, send that back. So, first one coming up, we are going with, and it's Bellator, so, forewarning, heavy chalk.
Yeah.
Heavy chalk incoming. This is how you get burned. This will be the 2 biggest upsets of Bellator's year, most likely, just because I'm telling you to pick them now. But first one up, Ilima-Lei McFarland's like minus 600. Just lock that in. There are no girl. Now, this last girl who was very clearly on steroids gave her kind of a little bit of a run for her money. Mm-hmm. But this, I think her name's Emily. I forgot what her name even was. She was so like I was trying to look up her old fights, and it was just the names. I couldn't even tell you who this girl was fighting. What is effectively going to happen in this fight is what happens in all Ilima-Lei McFarland fights, where it's just she's a girl that is actually really, really, really good at submission grappling.
Yep. And
caters it to MMA well. No, she's not going to hang with Mackenzie Dern on the mat in pure jiu-jitsu. No, she's not going to hang with, who's the other? God damn it. I don't know, whatever. But there's another chick that I'm thinking of, very submission savvy, that's name is not coming to mind right now. That said, Ilima-Lei McFarland just adapts well. Gets the back, throws punches, does whatever. This will go to the mat. This will be over shortly. That's why it's minus 600. It should probably take about 2 rounds. Mm-hmm. It's not going to be very competitive. And also, this is a setup fight because now there's word of Liz Carmouche coming over into Bellator, and they want to set up since they're teammates and they said they'd fight each other, we want to get some woman-on-woman, teammate-on-teammate crime going. This is a layup fight. Like, this is, I don't know what other way to put it. Like, I feel more comfortable in this than taking who was the big favorite that fucking lost the other week?
Anthony Joshua.
Yeah. No. What? No. I was like, what? That's not it. No. Whatever. But Max Holloway.
Yeah.
There we go. Feel more confident in this than I did in Max Holloway. And that's saying something.
Yeah, exactly. Don't hate that a bit. Sometimes you gotta go into the Bellator pool. Wonder what the subline on that is, though.
I didn't see a subline. I saw inside the distance at minus 200, I think.
Then you might as well just stick with the minus 6. Okay, don't hate that. I'm sticking with UFC. My next one is in the co-main event. Volkan Ozdemir versus this Alexander Rakic guy who, quite frankly, hasn't really proved himself too much in the UFC. I don't see how he's favored. I think he's minus 175 in this, which is why I'm going for Ozdemir at plus 125 money. I know Ozdemir as of late, he has a few losses, but those losses coming to Smith as well as Dominic Reyes, who are like title contenders. This guy has only knocked out Jimmy Manuwa. And at this point, no offense, but offense, that don't mean shit. Anyway, everyone's knocking out Jimmy Manuwa. So that really isn't a feather in your cap, and that is his feather in the cap. And so if that is getting him all the way to minus 175 odds, I am hammering the opposite. I think Ozdemir probably finishes him. I'm thinking it probably gets a little ugly in the clinch, which Ozdemir has shown. He's gotten better and likes to do some pretty nasty things with the dirty boxing. So I like him here plus money. I'm surprised you didn't bet against him because you have a hate for Ozdemir. Mostly
because he fucks me in these bets all the time. I bet on him when he's got this line. Exactly. Yeah. When he's plus 145, and he'll probably lose by knockout. So, well, he'll probably win this time because I'm not betting on him.
Yeah.
But the next time, I'll bet on him, and he'll lose. Next, we're going also Bellator. This one required no research at all just because this is how Bellator does shit. It's the bet on the commodity until the commodity fails you, right? AJ McKee, inside the distance. Once again, don't remember the guy's fucking name he's fighting. Don't need to. AJ McKee has looked sharp as fuck in all of his fights, has shown virtually zero weakness over the last 3 years. Yes, he's not fighting absolutely elite guys. That's the point. That's why I think the line is minus 1,000. Had to take that down to the minus 275 for inside
the distance.
Yeah,
that's pretty good value.
Yeah, I mean, minus 1,000 is just egregious. But this is the lock of the week. This is easy money. They're just he's accumulating highlights. He's in highlight accumulation mode right now, where it's Mac from Always Sunny cultivating mass. AJ McKee is cultivating highlights, and sometime, if I had to guess, like September of 2020, he'll get a step up. Like he's gonna have this fight, probably one more, and then we'll get into all right. Now we actually have to start thinking about betting on AJ McKee fights. But until that point in time, AJ McKee is in the Dylan Dennis. Just bet on him until he stops submitting people, and in AJ McKee's case, until he stops pummeling people.
He's on the Michael Venom page, like, plan, where they're just like, okay, we're going to feed him these exact type of people until the test. And we haven't gotten the test yet, so damn, I wish I would have saw that. I'm not going to put on my card, but I'm probably going to put that one in. I really do like that bet. So, moving on to my lock of the week. This is going to be in the main event. It sucks that I have to pick against my boy, Frankie Edgar. Always have loved Frankie. He's been the guy that's just been repping the wrestlers, but I'm feeling his game has kind of passed him by a little bit, where his style of fighting isn't necessarily the most effective, I feel like. I think it'll beat like the 5 to 15 range of people by pure cardio, but Frankie Edgar isn't the same Frankie Edgar as we used to see. He's not, I feel like he doesn't have as much of the tenacity, and even when like things don't go his way, like in the Max Holloway fight, it doesn't seem like he has a very good answer for other than keep pushing forward and trying to make the fight ugly and scrappy. I feel like Korean Zombie here is just, he's too dangerous, and for 5 rounds of fighting, I just can't envision a point where Frankie Edgar doesn't get seriously hurt. I know he hasn't been finished a ton, but I think if Max Holloway had more power, he would probably finish him, but he's more of like death through 1,000 needles. But I envision this being more of a Brian Ortega style of fight where he gets clipped with an uppercut somewhere in there. So I like him at minus 170 for my lock of the week, and I'm getting cute with it. I'm going by TKO as well. Not lock, just for 1 unit at plus 220, just because I feel like if Zombie's going to win, it's going to be inside 5 rounds. That just seems forever for Frankie Edgar, 38 years old, to not get his head knocked off. From a guy that is very good at knocking people's heads off.
Yeah, I also would just take Korean Zombie based on the fact that outside of Dustin Poirier, I can't remember a time where somebody went from not a lot of hair to a lot of hair, and it has gone well.
Yes.
Dustin Poirier is like the only guy that is made going from bald guy to having hair, and then he got way better. Salon Poirier. That I can't think of another.
I think Cowboy got put hair on and then immediately got knocked out by Darren Till. Like that was his coming out party.
Has now taken the hair back off. He's gone beard.
Yeah.
People can go. You can go beard. Beard's okay. There's a lot of people that have made the transition from no beard to beard and back that they do all right. I mean, I think John Jones started no beard, then he went beard. So you can definitely make that transition. But you cannot.
Remember when Jacare tried to pull out hair?
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. You got to know better for your brand. You cannot be throwing
It'd be like
hair
if DC showed up with the LeBron balding look. Like,
Although,
you can't.
if he came in with a little, like, he came in with the fro, he would look like the cop from Family Matters.
Yeah, but
Or Kellen Winslow or whatever. I think that's the right.
It's not Kellen Winslow. That's the football player. But
some Winslow, but we'll look it up.
either way. But in that fight, I would expect DC to get mauled.
Yeah.
Like, that's not an instance where I would expect DC to do good things.
No.
Same thing where I'm trying to think of like other notable bald guys.
That have tried to make it work.
Randy Couture ain't showing up with a fucking full head of hair.
No.
Rampage tried to do hair. He's gone with like the shortcut.
Could you imagine if Josh Emmett just comes with the fucking surfer hair one day? I am hammering the other guy. Hammer. Josh Emmett is not meant to be a person with hair.
No, he has enough wins going for him.
We're gonna have
between his wife.
We're gonna have to do a unofficial rankings of top bald guys in the UFC.
Not even top bald guy, just top hair transition guy. Like,
Yeah.
all right, this guy went from this hair to that because now this has got me stuck. Like,
What were the most shocking ones?
Yeah, like Chris Lieben tried to do hair, and Chris Lieben actually did. I think he had hair, and then he won 2 fights, and then probably lost after that. Went on a horrible skid, but Chris Lieben did hair.
That was little did he know that was the beginning of the end for him.
Yeah, like he rode the mountain high, but yeah, basically don't do hair. And so Frankie Edgar now is trying to do the hair thing.
It's like when you're in a relationship and then the couple tries to like, let's have a baby to save the relationship. People think they could salvage their fight career with growing a little hair, looking younger, feeling younger. It doesn't.
I'm gonna have new style. Like I'm gonna market myself differently. It's like, dude, it's too late for that, man. It's too late. So.
Well, those are our picks. Last card of the year, so you will see us New Year's. This quarter hasn't gone so well for us, so we haven't really been posting our records. But I feel like there's been a slight uptick, so if you followed me last week, you'd be flush with cash. So let's keep the momentum going. We'll see you in the new year, right?
Yeah.
Think so. See you in the new year. Keep following us along at Below the Belt MMA, and you can follow our podcast. Find us at Fight Me Bro radio show that comes out Tuesday or Wednesday, depending on when we are able to record. So we'll see you next year. Peace out, guys.